So in this summary of the area, we're going to cut this tree back, allow it to grow bushy, provide food for the camellias and water for the camellias. We've got irrigation in this bed. It's a good bed. We could grow all sorts of things in here, but I just need some idea from the owners to find out what they want to do with it. So there's some daffodils growing in the corner, which is going to be kind of cute. They need to be brought out into the sun, get the best value out of them. Another little camellia growing here. Once again, with a bit of water, it'll thrive. So potentially, we could make this into a seriously camellia-based beds and have another 2 camellias here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more camellias up here, as camellias are ever present on this property, and I think they will do very well. In fact, possibly maybe an additional one here. There is one amongst all this debris, so another 1 or 2. Maybe it sounds like I'm going overboard with the camellias, but they are ideal for this location, given a bit of additional water. As mentioned previously, remove and poison all these if necessary, or cut them off at ground level and allow them to regrow. Either way, the more often you prune these, the denser they become. Instead of being tall and skinny, you'd end up with quite a nice dense amount of growth in this corner. Looking back over here, once again, simple suggestion. Another option, maybe, if we've got enough agapanthus on the property, would be to also produce a line of agapanthus along this edge here. This looks like at some stage it was lawn or something, judging by the lawn sprinklers in the corner here. And that could potentially be done again if the client wants to. Make this into a little bit of grass here, define the edge of the bed, and plant camellias along this boundary. The benefit of camellias is they're evergreen, they don't really shed any leaf litter to speak of, and that will keep everyone happy. Apparently the neighbours next door are a bit grumpy with leaf litter. We've still got a bit of an empty spot we need to deal with here. If we've got camellias down there and a couple of camellias in there, that would look very nice. So 1, 2, 3 camellias, or 2 camellias in this spot. And as I suggested earlier, we've got agapanthus down low, so food for thought maybe. If we've got enough, agapanthus up and down both sides would be good. Failing that, just ivy in this bed, or define this bed as a bed in the background with lawn in the front. It's very hard to grow lawn under shady trees, so that's the only area on the property where you could grow a bit of grass if you wanted to. A bit of privacy, somewhere to sit and relax on a sunny day could be quite nice. And here's the offending irrigation. Don't know whether it works or not. It's tap driven. It needs to be automated. For $100 we could put an automated timer on there and deal with most of that. But the fact that it's got this splitter on here, it's obviously totally manual and nobody's been using it. And that's it. I still need to clarify what we're going to do. The very first thing we need to do is clean up the site. No ifs, buts or maybes. It's too hard to do a quote when you can't actually see what's going on here. So that would be my first suggestion. And also find out how much and what they want to do in this area. It's quite a large space. There are so many options. I mean, if you really want to be really lazy, you could attempt to grow grass in there, but to be honest, it's never going to thrive. It's too dark, it's too shady, it's too dry. Alright, that'll do. Just very briefly getting back to this bed, the agapanthus are pretty good filler, but there's plenty of them both there, and surprisingly a lot in there. I think we could really probably get enough to do a line, definitely up one side, potentially up both sides of the path. And then in the empty area created here, just plant 1 single shrub. My suggestion would be, since you've already got a dwarf ornamental quince over there, another dwarf ornamental quince would be quite nice. And this just needs to be improved, so the irrigation needs to be resolved. I'm going to send off a written quote, but I need lots of decisions from the body corporate or the owner's corp to find out ultimately what they want to do. So I'll send a written quote with my suggestions to Damien, and then we need to follow that up as a second step. Alright, more from me soon. Cheers.